There are only 3 things you can change in your diet: what you eat, how much you eat, and when you eat. And so of all of them, what's the most important for you to focus on to get the lean, strong, and functionally fit body you want long term? In my opinion, by far, the most important variable is what you eat. What you eat affects how much you eat, and it can even affect when you eat. And so when I say what you eat, should you eat processed foods? I don't think so, right? Processed foods are going to make you want to eat more and more and more, and they're literally tricking you to eating more. Listen, these companies are not dumb. They're worth billions of dollars, and they're investing money to figure out ways to make food so addicting that we literally eat it and we're unable to stop, okay? And so eating a lot of processed foods makes it very difficult to not only just get lean, but also stay lean and feel vital and feel energetic. And now there are foods which are unprocessed in their natural state. So when I say an unprocessed food, I mean, an apple, broccoli, an egg. That's unprocessed. That is what I'm talking about. And those are the types of foods that are going to help fill you up with energy. You're not going to overeat. That's what we're getting at here, right? If you have processed foods regularly, you're going to overeat a ton. It's just how it is, right? Like, it's just natural to overeat processed foods. You might be thinking to yourself, well, yeah, processed foods taste better, dude. I actually disagree. Your taste buds have been hijacked. And so when you get your taste buds to get back to normal, to their baseline, healthy foods taste the best by far. They fill you up with energy. And now, why am I so pounding the table so much on what you eat? Well, because it affects, as I said, how much you eat. So when you have healthy, unprocessed foods, you tend to eat until you're satisfied and everything just is in balance. You don't have to even worry about counting every single calorie. Things just work out. You don't have to worry about gaining weight or anything like that because your body will tell you what it wants and you'll be more in sync. And now you might be thinking, okay, well, how do I implement this? What about the when? You talked about the what, you talked about the how much. What about the when? And so, by the way, in terms of how much, our bodies can only handle so much food at one time. And when it comes to how much, I recommend creating some type of structure. Do you eat once a day, twice a day, or 3 times a day? And then creating that structure so that you create some regularity. Our bodies crave regularity, even if modern society makes it seem like we don't need it or want it, but it's just not true. It's BS. The Earth revolves around the sun every 365 days, right? The Earth revolves on its axis every 24 hours. So there's this natural, cyclical aspect to nature, and math is like the language of the universe. And so there are very predictable, cyclical, mathematical cause and effect relationships that govern our life, just as they do our sleeping and our eating. And so when you eat does have an effect, right? When you sleep, etc. In a perfect world, you would have a couple times when you eat most days. And I'm talking 6-7 days a week. Nature doesn't care about modern society, right? Nature cares about itself, and we are part of nature. We are nature itself. So if we don't follow the rules of nature, we're going to be off track eventually. So now we know you're focusing on unprocessed foods, right? So what are the types of unprocessed foods? Well, you can have fruits, right? Vegetables, fibrous and starchy, nuts and seeds, legumes. We've got meat and fish, just poultry in general. We've got dairy and eggs, and then oils. There's a large variety of unprocessed foods that we can eat. In terms of actually making this into a meal plan, let me just give you an example of what it could look like for you, and you can figure it out and what works best for you. And one very important theme that I really want to emphasize is iteration. So once you understand the principles, right? Unprocessed foods in their natural state, and then iterate and improve over time. So let me give you an example of a type of meal or meal plan you can have. One is, let's just say we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So for breakfast, you have a shake. Maybe you have some fruit, some nuts and seeds, even dark chocolate. You've got some protein powder in there, some water. Done. It takes a couple minutes, fills you up, is nutritious and not heavy in the morning. Lunch, you have some eggs and some fibrous veggies and maybe an avocado. Done. Takes 5 minutes or less. For dinner, maybe you have some grass-fed beef, some rice, and maybe some more fibrous veggies. It can taste amazing. You can dress it up and spice it up a little bit and still keep it mostly unprocessed foods. And I just gave you a simple example of kind of tying everything together we've talked about in terms of these principles. And so now again, I want to emphasize iterating over time. That is the law of success, right? Success isn't a place you go, it's a process of just iterating and iterating. You taking action, you get feedback, and you improve and improve. And so over time, your diet should be improving as you get older. It should not be going down. It should be going better and better. So when you optimize for energy, that's what's going to help you overall iterate and iterate. And when you visualize in your mind how you want to look and feel, you're going to iterate and iterate and continue to improving versus going downhill. So as you know, many people, they actually go downhill instead of go improve and continue optimizing their own eating so that they can find the foods and the meals that fill them up the most and are the most nutritious and the most energetic, right? Because what do we all really want? We want to feel as energetic as possible. And the types of foods you eat, right? The what, the how much, and the when, those are the simple variables that help you structure a really amazing meal plan that can work best for you. If you have any questions, of course, leave a comment. And I hope you have an amazing day. And if you're interested in having some coaching, click the link below and you can learn more about how you can set up a completely complimentary breakthrough call with me or someone on my team. I look forward to seeing you again soon.